All right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a message. And this message is going to be titled, Where Would One Say We're At Today? Where would one say that we are at today? As far as timeline that has been prophesied based on actually what you're hearing in the world today and what is actually taking place, where would one say that we are actually at in this day and time? I would love to really get someone answer to that or response. Where would one say that we are at today based on the prophecies and the things that's taking place in the world today? Where would one say that we are at today? There's a lot of things taking place in the world today, and people are more tied up in and with the cares of the world more so than anything. And I think that helps individuals out in a way that's dangerous because it causes them to not see that which is fulfilled. See, everybody feel that okay, I ain't looking in that direction. I don't watch the news. I stay away from that. That's negative energy. That's bad vibes. All of those witchcraft words they use today to cover up the fact that one eye must be open to see the things that was prophesied that should take place in this day. Many have no idea of where we are at and could care less because they feel where they are at, they feel comfortable. They figure, you know, the things ain't happening to me. I'm not in the world, and these things ain't. They don't understand. You are in the world, whether you like it or not. You're in the world. You just need to pray that you don't be of the world, because you're definitely in the world. Your sin and your iniquity and even some wicked place you right here in the world. Okay, so you can set your mind to believe that it's not important for you to watch the news or hear all this negativity, negative that's out, or be caught up in what is going on in the world. I myself don't watch a lot of news and don't get caught up in it, but I do get in into what has been prophesied so that I can be able to bring it forth and bring it to the forefront. A lot of times it's no need to bring it to the forefront, because if they don't have what it takes to see, they still can't see it. They don't have what it takes to hear, they still can't hear it. So they still out. But I, Sister Deborah, saying to you that I believe that we're in that time that was spoken like no other. We're in a time period that has never existed um, before on the earth before. And I think that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And that's where things are showing up and showing out. You know, just me today, I had a situation when I went to my take the trash out. I had a little bitty blue little, not blue, red little container, and I put the can inside, and I had to walk up to the parking lot to empty the trash can. And as I was coming back, this a young man. He looks like maybe he could have been a college student, but you can tell I ain't gonna say you can tell, but he seems as if he one of them arrogant type of person. And as I was going, I thought he was saying he liked it, my container where I put my trash can in, because everybody always talk about, oh, I'm gonna get me one of those. And I thought he was saying, oh, I like your container. But this man was saying that you bumped my car. All this space, but you hit my car. And right then in my mind, I said, this guy is losing it. He did not want me to be near his car. That's just all it is to it. He was coming and I was coming across, like here he is right here, and I was coming this way. And he did not want me to come past his car, because I guess he figured he got a brand new Honda Accord. He just figured, hey, and it's red, and he just figured he didn't want me passing by his car. And I said, where's your damage at? If I hit your car, where's your damage? I said, that's all you got better to do today is act a fool over somebody, talking about somebody hit your car. When did I hit your car? Well, you got all this other space over here. You can walk over here. See, he didn't want you walking near his car. See, people put themselves in an environment that they really don't want to be in, and around certain people they really don't want to be around. But sometimes the way things are today, they find themselves being around that which they don't want to be around. And I think he felt that, hey, oh, she's nothing but a little old lady, and she, I can say something to her. But when I finished with him, you think he didn't get himself somewhere and sit down? Yes, he did. I said, you ain't got nothing better to do but act a fool over nothing. Now, where did I hit your car? Well, you could have walked up. See, he didn't want me walking by. But not just that. That's not even my topic today. But it blends in with really where we are at today. We are in such a heap of trouble. And not just because of what Sister Deborah has experienced. It's what Sister Deborah where I've been in the wilderness. And I'm looking at this. I'm looking at things, and they don't look good at all. But it doesn't matter to many people, because people are right where they feel they need to be comfortable, because they want to live in, they want to be in the world and portray that they want to be in the world, but portray that they're not in the world. That's what, they don't want to see, they don't want to talk about the issues that's actually taking place that matches the prophecies. And I noticed that even on YouTube, a lot of the people are no longer talking about the prophecies as they were, say, a couple of months ago. Everybody was on, oh, this is happening, this is happening. Now you got a lot of them on there doing it, but it's really, it's like, people are numb to it. They becoming numb to all the issues that's actually taking place, not having no understanding that what is yet before us, and I think with me, I rather know that the prophecies of the Most High Yah has come to pass and is coming to pass, because then that lets me know what his next step is subject to be. Okay. The title of this message, where would you say what would one say we're at today? And that is based on the prophecy and where we were told, based on things that's happening around the world, in this country. Where would you say we stand in this day? We stand in that place that was given to us as a warning. And like I said, many won't be focusing on that warning because they caught up. People are caught up from the floor up with the cares of the world, with the way of the world. They just trying to make everything balance and level off in this world. So when he said, Father, let them be in the world, but not of the world. To me, based on what I can see from the wilderness, not only are they of the world, they're in it. Not only are they in the world, they of it. Okay. They just using their flesh to tell them, nope, I'm not in it and I'm not of it. Okay. Or I'm in it, but I'm not of it. But most people are, because they're trying to uh, prepare and to set everything from A to Z in the order of the world and the cares of the world, and not really getting anything in order to prepare not only yourself but others even around you, in your workplace, in your community, in your neighborhood. I mean, being about something. And we're going to read about that today. But I first want to talk about something that 99.15 trillion times 15 trillion would never grip. And this is the sort of stuff that reminds me of what the Father keeps saying to me. He said that you just have to endure, Deborah. You have to long suffer this thing. You just going to have to endure. You're going to have to long suffer this thing, because only way you can long suffer and endure is not because you're sick, not because you having a hard time finding a job, not because you're homeless, that's not long suffering. That's long suffering probably in the flesh. But the long suffering that Yah has pressed before his servants, and the endurance that he has pressed upon us, his servants, they are spiritual. They are spiritual, and it helps us to be able to hold on, like he said, until the end. Now, I want to talk about, and I'm not going to be about a lot of things that's taking place, but I'm just going to bring some spirit and truth and the light before you regarding Donald Trump has passed an executive order to up the marijuana to, I think, from a 1 level to a 3 level, in a sense. All this stuff about all these people who got medical conditions and they need the marijuana for medical situations and pain. Okay, many people do not understand, and then you seen all those white coats that's pushing this. People in this country is, like I say, they the dumbest and the blindest and the ignorant and everything you can think, because this country has done so much that's clearly seen to the people in this country, as far as food, your air, your everything. I mean, everything you cook with, everything you brush your teeth with, everything you water you drink, every food you eat, everything they put in all kind of things into your food, into your water, into the air, into, I mean, it's just everything. It's nothing you can find. I was in the store today and I'm just thinking about everything that I'm just in the store just doing like this here. And all I could think about is the chemicals that they have made up in a lab, and they're putting it in everything. And all the people feel that it's okay. You know why I know that it's okay? Because people running around here waiting for the next voting time. People still sitting here talking about Donald Trump and Republicans and Democrats. They binding and gone, and they still talking about him. Everybody is so caught up in the cares of this world that they ain't gonna even see what hit them, nor are they looking for what's coming. They just want to get everything set for them to be able to live here on this earth. That's all they want. All they want is to be comfortable, or to try to get everything set for them here on this earth. Have no idea, none whatsoever, what is before them. Now, Donald Trump passed that executive order proudly with all the medical coats behind him. And as I saw that on my phone, and I say, but Father, the people are so sick. He's using the idea of people who are ill and people who are going through pain and people who are suffering that needs this marijuana. This country brought that marijuana so they can put biochemicals in it. And the level of these chemicals has a great deal to do with this chaos that's in this world, in this country right now. In Cleveland, in New Jersey, all over the Ohio, Virginia, all these people that's hanging out and their mind just totally gone. This is what they did. They put the cake on the icing, and they gave them what they love most. That is drugs. They had fentanyl and all that other stuff still coming into this country. Plus, they turn around and I think, I'm going to tell y'all the truth about it. I think the marijuana is the real banner. Why? Because this country, the elites that rules this country found another way that they can destroy the minds of the people. And these people are so sick. They so in tune with, oh, I want this here. They got this, they got all this sort of stuff in these little gummies. They got all this sort of stuff in marijuana, and they have no idea any and everything that's in it is coming to attack your mind. And it's not plant. It's not, the chemicals they put in it override whatever it is that they grow it to give to you. Because the chemicals come to knock out the mind. So the mind ain't going to have the sense to know what it's taking no way pretty soon. So a lot of people in this country, in the United States of America, have no idea when he's sitting on nationwide media showing you he finna sign. Guess what? That more of these chemicals can get out to everyone. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody sick, someone suffering pain. He upped the level. And the people in this country have no idea what that means. Because a lot of them would say to themselves, well, I won't ever need it, or I don't go get it. But guess what? Upping the level means already, which I know a lot of y'all are too ignorant to really grip the fact that marijuana, whether you know it or not, if you be around it, the smell is to also affect you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I never smelled nothing as powerful as that. A car can pass by and be a mile away and you can still smell it. It's something that they got in it. And now they finna up the chemical shower. So even those who don't take it is going to be affected. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand. And then here you are, say for instance, you got a daughter and a son staying with you, one 16 and one 18. And they decide they want to buy this marijuana. They destroying your whole household right there. That's what he ain't passing nothing legit. He's destroying this country as it was planned. That's their whole plan, people. You can't get people to understand that because you know why? Like I said, not only are the people of the world, they're in the world. I really believe it. Even people who say that they're not, I don't believe them. I was talking to the father today and telling him I don't believe nobody no more. I don't believe nobody no more. Because it's like, from what I'm looking at when I'm in the wilderness, it's like people are living a hypocrite lifestyle. And they portraying it to the utmost just to get individuals to think a certain way. And they know already within their heart. But it's today, deception, being deceived is so great because they figure they can use that to get back. I think that it's worse even than yesterday. And I'm not just talking about back in the days. I'm talking about really that bad. It's bad. When he passed that, I said, look at these dumb people in this country. Nobody says nothing. They don't even understand what he just did. Because see, what people say, it ain't in my household. I don't care. It ain't, baby, This chemical they finna push out. This chemicals in which they're gonna push out. See, it ain't about him trying to get to the sick people. That's what they always use. Because the people are so weak in this country. They weak-minded. They self-centered. They prideful. They got egos. It's about just them and them. They're not seeing that it's going to affect you, whether you think nobody in your house have it. It don't matter. They finna up it. And everybody thinking, okay, he's finna pass it so people get sick and children who suffer from this and pain. Y'all, that's all a lie. That's the reason why they passed it the first time. So what are you talking about? You finna up it. So you got to translate what he's saying when he said he's finna up it. They finna add more chemicals, y'all. This country has to come into a zone of zombies. It has to fall. This country got to fall. And it has already fallen. But what I mean by that, because so many people think in this country, it's all well, it's going to get better. Let me prepare to live here forever. And not even understand. No one is trying to prepare to get up out of here. And looking for y'all to come. Oh, no. That's a role play. That's what people role playing. And they tell themselves, here, I'm ready. I'll be glad when he comes. But they ain't doing nothing at all. But just sitting here telling the Father, when you come, don't forget to get me. Don't take me. I know I ain't nothing and I ain't been doing nothing. I ain't been nothing, but hey, just come get me. You don't care who you leave here, just get me. That's the mindset. Okay, so that executive order by Donald Trump, it is a biochemical at a higher level than it was when they first approved marijuana to be sold in this country. So this is what's going to happen to a lot of people on disability, people who are on fixed income, who feel that they're going to get them some marijuana and they're going to smoke and they don't even have no idea what they setting up for them. You're going to smoke yourself in the grave. That's all that's about to happen. Okay. Now, another thing that I believe, and I want to say that I'm saying this number, but the Spirit telling me it's more than that. And see, I didn't even know that. And that there scares me when he said, Deborah, no, it's more than that. And let me explain what the Spirit was telling me. I just couldn't believe that more than, I'm going to have to say more because that's what the Spirit said is more than 20 million people here in the United States of America has died from the shot from COVID. More, said the Most High Yah, than 20 million people have died from the COVID shot. And you know what else? They falling like flies on a summer day. Someone asked me, and you don't hear nobody, asked me yesterday, but Deborah, you don't hear nobody talking about it. No. That's why I say the reason why you don't hear nobody talking about it, because people are so in tune with the cares of the world. They so in tune with everything in the world to where no one wants to talk about actually what's taking place to try to instill, or somebody might hear something and preach something and teach something. No, ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody like exactly where it's at, because I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness, really believe that we got more hypocrites than we have anything in this country. And I mean, when I say hypocrite, people portraying to be holier than thou, people portraying to represent a creator, people portraying to be spirit and truth, people portraying to be the light, people portraying to be called, appointed, and anointed. People are betraying to where it's a game now. It's the way that everybody plays the game. And now it's become the norm. Okay. Let me see. You know what? I never did either. I never wanted to, and we still got to say thank you, Father Yah, because we never desired to want those sort of things. But see what it is, Yah never desired it for us. He never desired it for us. You see? So that's another blessing, that he made sure that he is, even those who have gotten on drugs or and was on alcohol, was drinking alcohol and alcoholics, they have come to the light. They have come to spirit and truth. What I'm looking at from the level of, and the reason why I keep bringing back up the level of the wilderness, because that's why I feel Yah has me now, back into the wilderness, back into class, So there's something he wants me to make sure I keep understanding, because what I'm seeing, I'm telling y'all something, y'all, it's a hot mess down here. It's a hot mess. I know it ain't a hot mess to you because you got everything going on for yourself. But all that, let me tell you, I'm glad you got it. Okay. But like Solomon said, you better enjoy it because that's your portion. That is your portion. But don't let it come in between choosing everything before Yah, because you're going to be left right here. Okay. So the Father was telling me that it's more than 20 million people that have died from the COVID shot. And when we tell y'all something else y'all didn't know, they are dropping like flies and nobody is saying anything. Nobody. It's just like murdering, and how all these men are going in their family, killing up their whole family. All nationalities. They killing up all their families at the dinner table, on a trip, on a vacation, at a barbecue, at a birthday party. People are doing things and ain't nobody said nothing. That's what I desire from Yah, to give me that gift of understanding that. How is it so much stuff is going on in this country, I want to say, and nobody saying nothing? But let somebody say something about Democratic and Republican. Let somebody say something about it's time to vote. Let somebody say something that has to do with being in the world and of the world. Everybody jump on the bandwagon. Everybody want a part of it. Everybody want to hear something about it. But that shows people are more of the world than they think. They're not just of the world, they're in the world. Because those are the things that they pay a lot of attention to. But the prophecies of the warning, see, they didn't know that the prophecies is the trumpet itself being blown in this day and time. And then when you start to see all these things taking place that was prophesied, it's time to say something. Oh, no. I got to be worried about my this, my that, my this. I got to do this, do this, do. People are not only are they of the world, they're in the world. So they ain't fooling nobody but you. Because they ain't fooling the Most High Yah, nor are they fooling me. They don't need to fool me because Yah knows it already. Because all you have to do, and I was talking to someone yesterday and I was telling them people don't have no idea of why he said try the spirit by the spirit. Because that ain't gonna fool you. That ain't gonna pull the wool over your head. When you try people by their spirit, hey, everything else has to drop. You don't even need to know nothing about their nasty flesh, because when that spirit is rotten, you guarantee that flesh gonna be rotten. That's why it tells you to try the spirit by the spirit. And he's not telling somebody who don't have his spirit. I know it. You thought you could try somebody's spirit by your own stinky spirit. No, you can't. When he's saying try the spirit by the spirit, he's letting you know he is greater in you than he that is in the world. Try the spirit that is abiding in your spirit by the spirit that you're trying to figure out what's wrong with this person or who this person is. You want to know who this person is. Let me tell you why. There's a big thing going on, and a lot of y'all don't pay no attention to it, and I need to bring that up too. People are out here trying to find out where you live, where you stay, all your information. Oh, yes, they are. Big time. Big time. They trying to find out everything. They are actually acting like AI. They're trying to locate you, find out where you at, your whole makeup. They doing a search and everything. So this has happened with two so far. And it was the one young man. He seemed like he was very intelligent. He was selling Pokemon cards, I think. And somewhere along the line, somebody came onto his page and they said something to him. And it just made him so upset because they were saying racial slurs and saying things to him and so on and so on. And because he had the technology to search this person, he found out that church they go to, what service they go to, the next platform they went on after they left his platform, where the daughter go to school, where the baby go to daycare, where his wife work. This young man, and he was a Judah. He don't know he a Judah, but he's that lost Judah. And he told the guy everything about himself. Everything from his wife, a job, to her hours on the job, how he knew that. This is what I'm telling you. People don't know that's a form of high level of evil. Okay? Because what you're doing is you like say for instance me, I'm on YouTube, right? It's people have every right to say something to me. If they want to be racist, so what? If they want to be judgmental, so what? If they want to be hateful, so what? They want to be prejudiced, so what? They want to call me all kind of names, so what? I got myself out here. What else should I expect? I'm on this doing devil platform. What more should I expect? But when you get into this mind that someone says something so negative to you on your platform that you're going to do this here search, and I mean, the man did so much search to, I think they said the guy got fired on his job. I'm serious, y'all. So here this black lady, she turned around, I think it'd been a week ago, and did the same thing. She did the same thing. But guess what she did? She took it further. A white man got on her page, and she was a black woman, and said something she did her search, find out where he at, went all the way to his job. She got all of his accounts that his wife didn't know nothing about, which is supposed to be, I guess it's a dating account or a sex offender account or something he had. And she had him to apologize on nationwide television. I mean, YouTube. But she went all the way to his job and she videoed herself going to his job. That's just how much stuff she did. She did so much search to find out where he at. Because what? He get on there and he said a negative statement. What is going on? To me, honestly, somebody gonna be racist and say stuff like that? Baby, somewhere in you got to be able to shake it off. You pull that mess up on somebody, that be ready for your tail. Pull up on somebody and get the wrong person. You running down and then you gonna go to their job in a different state, y'all. You gonna go to their job and then video it. Come on now. See, this is why I knew when I first got on here 7 years that this is a devil's platform. Because people think it's a way of getting finances and making money. No, it's a devil's platform. The devil will come on here and look at you all cockeyed every time you on here. He'll be looking at you. It's a devil. This is a devil's platform. And it's going to remain a devil platform. It ain't going to be something that's going to be benefiting you anything. It is what it is. And this is something, not only those, many of people have done it, but those two right there, it's the only one I have ever heard of. And I'm like saying, baby, you get the wrong one, you're gonna be in trouble. These guys right now are breaking up. The girls are breaking up with the guys, and the girls are getting online saying they broke up or whatever, or they threw or whatever, and what else? They be dead the next day, 2 or 3, 4 days. They just men in different camps are what is it? They are warring against each other. You don't see it because you're not there, but that's what's actually is taking place. One guy went over to kill another one from another state now, y'all, and killed him and killed his wife too. That was with him. How did this person know that they were going on a vacation? I had no idea. This is how this devil tech platform, people, I'm going to tell y'all, people work very hard, very, very hard, finding out every information about you as if they feel they are entitled to it. That is not of Yah. That is demonic, that's wicked, and it's evil. But that's the mindset you have out here. People feel that they are entitled to know all of your business, and they do their search, but they don't even understand in them, in their hearts, it's wicked and evil. It's wicked and evil. And all it takes is it to begin to grow within you. It begin to manifest itself. So I'm telling y'all, Sister Deborah already know what type of platform this is. Look, it ain't getting better. It's going to get worse. I'm just grateful that Yah is on my side. Live or die, that I know. If I don't know nothing. If I come here and live and die, that's one thing I know. That the Most High Yah is on my side. Going back to more than 20 million people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying across the world. It's way more than 20 million. Because I think China had more than, probably 500 million have died from COVID. I know y'all don't, stuff like that don't, but that's just showing you. This country here has a lot of people that has passed away from the shot, not the disease. It never was a disease. It was just a biochemical they created. Okay. And they still giving people the COVID shot. And the people, see, that's why I say the people here in this country is gone. It's nothing about them makes sense. They gone. They believe anything this country tells them. Donald Trump sitting there signing an executive order to bring something from one level to the third level. Y'all sick people if you don't know what he's doing. You're sicker than sick. Then come on here and look at me all cockeyed. Like something wrong with me. You about right. Another thing they're in the process of doing against the people's will, which it's over. This country already has fallen. And that is they're going to take every government funds from retirement, disability, Social Security, if people still get welfare, they probably still get welfare checks. Every government funds, they're going to put it under digital, meaning that you're going to have to go their route. They're not coming your route. You're going to have to go their route. They're going to show you how they're going to put it under digital. And that's your only way that you're going to get your funds if you are enrolled into the digital. So they got you one way or another when it come down to your funds. And the restrictions that's on the retirement and the Social Security, I say the retirement is off the chain. It is off the chain. All those new restrictions they got is off the chain. And see, somebody like me, I don't be caught up in it. But when it start to, uh, you hear people and you listening to the voices, and then you sit here listening to them, and then it all of a sudden you hear it, because now it happened to you. Then you go back and think about when they were talking about this, they were talking about this, they were talking about this, and bam, there you are. See, a lot of you all think you excluded. No, baby, you included. Yeah. People think they excluded. No, baby, you included. Okay. So they're going to be taking all government funds and putting it under that digital situations. When I can't pinpoint the day, the hour, the minute, the second, the year, the month, but I believe it's going to be in the year 2026, and I think it's real soon. Okay. There's a lady on YouTube. Her name is Candace Owens. As I said before, she's some sort of agent, I believe, without a doubt. I think she's a black woman that's playing a black game, and I don't mean a black people game or a melanated game. I mean she's playing a dark game. It's nothing about her. When I sit back and listen to her talk, or I have heard her talk, I instant can tell that she's a part of the Jesuits. Mhm. I don't care what she's saying. I don't care how her role is or what she's doing. She's some sort of hidden agent, and she's some kind of hidden agent. A lot of stuff that she's saying is so far north as it is south, but because people keep wanting to hear it and want more added to it, and like how she adds stuff to make it, to be this, but no one really see how she's really upset and wanting to get back to where she was. And she really wanted the position of Charlie Kirk's position. That's what she really wanted. But she feels right now, before it's all over, she's going to be back either with them or 6 foot under, one or the other. One or the other. She went to have a talk with Charlie Kirk's wife, and she flipped on the other side. And now the people that was listening to her, now they're saying there's something flaky about her. But I've been telling y'all, I told y'all before, this lady is a high level agent, and she's with the Jesuits. Even though she's saying all this stuff, she's in there with the dark of the dark. That's why you cannot be a person like her that's educated and always looking and dissecting things like she does, and you don't even know who your tail is. She knows who she is. She just ain't claiming it because she's sold out to the other side. But yet you don't hear her saying nothing about the true Jews or Israel or her herself being a Jew. I mean, Judah, her herself being a tribe, one of the 12 tribes, her herself understanding that we came over here on the Atlantic slave ship and she is included. No, she don't do that. She went and signed up to be Catholic. You see? So right then it told me that this lady is a high class agent. And I won't be surprised if they do take her out, because she's playing a dark game. And she figured because she's married to this European that she's all this and that. But baby, let me tell you something. Your own husband would have your tail taken out if those elites tell him to. That's just how. And so what? He don't care how many babies you laid up and had. They would take you out. You see? And all of this time she's in this here, she has no idea that her children are her husband's kids. So therefore, they are not in with the tribe of Judah. She don't care. She signed up, was it last year, with the Catholics. And that's the worst of the worst on the earth, along with the Jesuits and the elites. I mean, I'm just trying to figure all of them in it together. But why was she saying? No one ever said anything. But Sister Deborah knew. She's a high level of wicked. You know how they talk about all these singers and these Hollywood sell themselves, when that's how she is. And all they have to do is get them babies. That's it. That's all they have to do is get them babies, and they got them. She thinks she's doing something. Okay. Now I want to go over a few verses here in regards to where are we, or where would one say we are at today? Anybody in the live chat, where would you say that we're at in this day and time? But I want to also say this, you all. I know I'm going to do it. I just don't know when, and I really need to really get really dedicated to in it. The time of Yeshua coming back, which is the Son of Man. He's going to come back and he's going to go to the four corners and collect. Okay. Yeshua is going to come, which is the Son of Man. He's coming on the four corners with the angels, and they're going to collect, right? Now, I want you all to understand that's a different time period, which is still in that day. Before that happens, Yah is coming. I don't know how he's going to do it, and I don't care. All I know that he's going to do it, and he's going to take out his remnant. He's going to take out more than his remnant, but when when he go to the wilderness, he's going to pull out the transgressors that transgressed against him. He's going to purge the rebels. So what he's doing is he's not taking them all over to Mount Zion. The remnant is the only one going over to Mount Zion. And what I do not like and I do not care for is how we as people have made him to be the type of creator. You're going to have to take all of us. If you don't take all, don't take none. We all got to be go, and we are out here conducting ourselves in a way that does not represent spirit and truth, nor the light. Don't represent the creator at all. But we want to charge him in. All of us going to the promised land. And that's how we're teaching it. That's how we're preaching it. And that's how we're manipulating people to believe. But Yah ain't never been like that. He ain't never, ever, ever been afraid. Take your tail out. He ain't ever, ever, ever been afraid to put your tail to sleep and destroy your butt. If he did it to the Son of Man, if he suffered it to be done to the Son of Man, tell me who in the rats behind told you high level. Why isn't Israel ever thinking the Hebrew Israelite? Why you never think that, okay, if Yeshua died on the cross, who are you? Who are you? Didn't Moses kill 3,000 just men and women and kids, not including women and kids? Didn't Moses come off that mountain and kill that many? How many have been killed of the house of Israel by the mighty right hand of the Father? Oh, they don't know nothing about that. They go strictly to Dumb City. So even into this day, people do not understand there's two time periods that's got to happen. The day of Yeshua HaMashiach, okay? Not Yeshua. Most likely HaMashiach be with him. But Yeshua, and when Yah come himself to make sure his remnant get to the other side. To get to the other side. And then a lot of y'all ain't paid no attention to when Yeshua come. There's still going to be Israel that's going to be left. They don't get it. There's still going to be Israel as the goats. I'm like saying, what's going on with people thinking that it's okay to be as wicked can be in their heart of heart and even in their mind, but think that, okay, he's still gonna have to take me. I'm gone. And your heart is so wax hard, but you going. The minds of people. Let us go. Let's try Matthew chapter 13. Let's go to Matthew chapter 13. In Matthew chapter 13 and verse 33. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 33. Let's see if you can answer this. In verse 33, another parable spoke he unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto lean, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leaned. Leavened. That's not lean. Leavened. Leavened and leavened. I'll read it again. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 33. A parable spoke he unto them. This is what Yeshua was speaking to them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. What does that mean? I like it because I like what it says, even though he's saying it's a parable. But he said, but heavens is like unto this. It's like unto this what? Parable. So he's wanting you to see how the leaven which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole leavened was leavened. Now look at that. She took and hid 3 measures of meal. Took and hid in 3 measures of meal. So what did it do? Anybody knows? Okay. So what do you think that they are saying there? I like the idea it said heaven. I like the idea if it's actually telling you that the kingdom of heaven is like unto this leaven. It's like unto that. It's leaven. So what is he saying there? Leaven which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, until the whole meal, all of it, was leavened. Look how the woman invests into the meal. She hid it in 3 measures of meal until the whole was leavened. This is the work of how heavens has created it. That individuals on this devil platform, they have turmoil and have went to and fro and still go to and fro, see where they can defile something or where they can place something out of order. And guess what? They lost with the cause and without a cause. They still lost. That's why they go to and fro. And they try to go to the weak of what they think is weak, but they don't understand they are weak because they don't understand anything. And that's why they're going to and fro. And they like to try to go into a page or go into a video where they see someone speaking and teaching, and they become wanting to intervene. And you can tell they don't know spirit and truth. You can tell they don't have the Ruach HaKodesh. You can tell they don't have the light because they're just going to and fro in darkness, trying to find a place that they can fit in and say something because they ain't saying nothing. And because they ain't saying nothing, they try to wear it out because nobody else will let them come to their page. So they try to come to a page where they can release their ignorance. That's where their mindsets are at. Okay. So here, I like that because it's actually showing you an example how heavens wanted us to invest in our work, in our labor. You see, this lady hid hers and it produced the whole meal, all the meal become leavened. The whole thing, all because she worked with what she had. And it become that. I believe that we are down here to increase, not decrease. While we labor, while we work, we are to increase in this work. We are to labor in increasing. You got so many, a lost Judah is out here going to and fro, lost with the cause and without. Don't know if they going or coming. And they don't have no spirit and truth. They don't have no ruach. They don't have no nothing. And these are what you call the weak of the weak of the weak of the weak ones. Because they just lost. And they just trying to find a place they can fit in. And the place that they want to fit in is where no one else will let them in. So they come to this page to try to fit in because no one else is going to let them fit in nowhere else. I'm not letting them fit in either because on this page you learn spirit and truth with the light. But they're not for the light. They're not for spirit and truth. They just want to fit in and they need to find a man that they can fit in with. We got a lot of camps out here, a whole lot of them. Fit in. Why are you over on this end? Okay. So in that verse, Matthew chapter 13 and verse 33, it's an example of how the kingdom of heavens is likened to leaven, which a woman took and hid 3 measures of meal until the whole was leavened. 3 measures. But it ended up, she put something forth, and it ended up allowing the whole thing to be leavened based on just 3 measure a meal, just 3 measure a meal. And look what it produced. So let's go to Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44. In Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44, what do you say this is saying? Again, the kingdom of heavens is like unto a merchant. No, I'm 44, right? Matthew chapter 13, Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in a field. There it go again. Okay. The which when a man has found, he hide it, and for joy, therefore, goeth and sell it all that he have, and buy the field. Just now, what do you think he's saying there? As far as, yeah, the reward is greater than what you put in. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. I don't know to put it like that, but yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And that's the same thing you said in Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44. Again, it says, the kingdom of heavens is like unto. Do you all know that you got all these people on YouTube, all these churches, all these temples, all these synagogues, all these places of worship, all these places of gathering, and none of them understand that mystery? None of them don't understand the mystery of when Yeshua says, the kingdom of heavens is like unto. He's telling you how the kingdom have orchestrated it to be on the earth, like unto this. That's what he's telling you. But this is why I say they dropped the ball long ago, and they still can't pick it up, because y'all ain't gonna let them pick it up, because they ain't gonna do nothing with it if they pick it up. Look how ignorant they still become, even more and more as time go on, being a worse than yesterday. They get worse in the way of ignorance, blind. They have no spirit and truth. They don't have the Ruach living in them. They're just going on the earth to and fro, trying to find a place where they can fit in, and they can't find no place. Okay, so here, even in Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44, 99.15 billion have no idea when it says the kingdom of heavens is like unto. It's letting you know how the kingdom rumbled, what you see on the earth. That's what he's trying to give us. No, he ain't trying. It's finished. They missed it. They had no idea how to understand the parables. They were so busy precepting and lining and little here in the order of their flesh to where they didn't understand the kingdom of heaven is like unto is a spirit realm. That's spiritual understanding. That's why they can't get it. And it's telling you the heavens is like unto a treasure hidden in a field. Something in the field. So a treasure is hidden in the field. The which when a man have found it, when he found Father Yah, when he found the Father, he hid it, and for joy thereof goeth and sell all that he have and buy it, the field itself. Why? Because he found treasure. He found Yah there. And he decided to get rid of all his materialistic things to just have that field where he found the treasure that was hidden from the kingdom. So y'all couldn't even see that. This is why I say people, they hear, they see, but they cannot hear, Deborah. They cannot see. This here is just about every time he's talk about the kingdom of heaven is like unto, he's giving you an insight of what the kingdom, how Yah created the earth from the kingdom level, and how the kingdom orchestrated the earth level. And he's giving you a parable to kind of give you a little feel. And it's in 44, Matthew chapter 13 and verse 44. It says, the kingdom of heaven is like unto this here, Deborah. Tell me, it's like unto this. A treasure is hidden in a field. This man found the treasure. He's willing to give up everything he has to buy that land where he what? Found that treasure. Because ain't nothing on this earth, nothing worth more than where Yah abide. Nothing. Nothing on this earth worth more than where Yah abide. Okay? I know everybody said, oh no, but that's the truth of the matter. Okay? So then I went to Matthew chapter 13. We're still on Matthew chapter 13 because Yeshua is giving a lot of kingdom of heaven it's likened to. And in verse 10 to 12, listen to what it says in verse 10 all the way to 12. Matthew chapter 13, verse 10 through 12. And the disciples came and said unto him, why said thou unto them in parables? Speak it unto them, unto thy no, let me say that right. Matthew chapter 13. Okay. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10. The disciples came and said unto him, why speaketh thou unto them in parables? Because the disciples was wondering, why is he saying something to them in parables? Why is he talking like that to them? Okay, just see, they didn't know. But guess what? They didn't understand what he was speaking to them. And he wasn't speaking in parables. They didn't have the understanding what he was saying to them. Why? Because the Ruach hadn't come. The Ruach was not in them. Okay, so here it is. Verse 11 said, we in Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11. The disciples now in 10 asking him, well, what are you saying to them in parables? Yeshua answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. Woo! That given. To you is given to know the mystery of the kingdom. Woo! Now see, this is where the Hebrew Israelites, men, don't understand. Well, Yah give, can't no man take it from you. He's not caught up in male and female because he's both entities. That's his image. But we play this game down here, male and female, and this is where we lost with the cause and without. Because we decided to go the way of flesh. The way man printed everything up for us, we go that way. And it's nothing wrong with going that way. It's meant for you to go in the way that's the opposite of the way of Yah. So go. So listen to what it says in verse 11. Yeshua said unto the disciples, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. See, everybody think that when Sister Deborah is teaching spirit and truth with the light, that it's given to them. Oh, I got it. I know it. I'm getting it. No. Heavens has to usher that to you. It ain't what Sister Deborah said. It's what heavens, because see, heavens knows how to teach you at the level of where you need to be taught, but he needs to be able to be in you before he do that. So he let me plant the seed. He's going to have to be the one that does the increase. You see, all these people down here got y'all thinking they all high and mighty and what they call it, God most gift to the world, and don't even understand. They got more flesh walking down here than anything. And they teaching based on flesh. So therefore you ain't getting the real deal. So he says to them, he says to the disciples, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heavens, but to them it is not given. Now see, right there, it should open the eyes of many people. What heaven has given is not for everybody. But no, if you got it, I got it. That's the way people think. They look at the ideal. Sister Deborah come on here and their work is them coming on here listening to Sister Deborah. I'm serious. They think that their calling is to come on here and listen to Sister Deborah. Their works is to come on here and listen to Sister Deborah. Their fruits of the Spirit is to come over here and listen to Sister Deborah. These are people lost with the cause and without. They're in a circle and just going around in the circle. So verse 12 says, listen to this. In verse 12 it says, for whosoever have, and I thought this was deep. He said, for whosoever have, to him shall be given. Ooh-wee. Watch this here. And he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, wait a minute, tell him, Deborah, whosoever have not, tell him again, whosoever have not from him shall be taken away, even that he had. You know what he's talking about? Who in the life can tell me what he's talking about? Who can answer that one? That's a deep one, y'all. Listen to what it says. For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. That's dangerous, y'all. That is so dangerous. Do y'all understand what that means? That is so dangerous, what he's saying there. That's a powerful statement. That's a very powerful statement. And I wonder why no one looked into that. Have what Yah has already given to him, the Ruach, and Yah will continue to give the increase. Okay. What it's saying, let me kind of say this, because this is a hard one. This is a hard one. It's saying that there are going to be people that's walking around, okay, that have. Because look, it says, but whosoever have not, watch this here, from him shall be taken away even that he have. Wait a minute now, Yeshua. We got to straighten this up. We got to bring that thing up. We're going to have to land that thing down. Because you know what? This message will cause a church to be bust wide open. This should bust a church wide open. Because it's actually telling you that whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. Wait a minute. But you say he have not. So how did he have? Did anybody answer that? How did he have when you said whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he had? Okay. The one talent, same thing, ain't it? You see that? It was taken away from him. And what was he? They sent him to the uttermost darkness. It's showing you how people are role playing, portraying that they have. And he letting you know whatever they have going to be taken from them. So you're going to see them for who they are. Because what? But whosoever have not, because I haven't given it to him. How about that? Y'all ever thought about that? He hasn't given it to them. And that's what I've been on this devil platform in the last 3 years trying to tell people, stop faking it, thinking you're going to make it. I wouldn't even waste my time down here clowning and portraying to be holy, portraying to have spirit and truth, portraying to be the righteous seed, portraying to be the light, portraying to be born of the light, portraying to be in the spiritual seed, portraying to be the sons and daughters of the Most High God. And it's not. This example he's sitting here telling you, he started off by telling you, because it is given unto you to know the mystery, Deborah, of the kingdom of heaven. But to them, bam, it ain't given. That's what the Spirit been telling me all the time. Stop thinking you can give somebody something that has not been given to them. So what? They come on your page. So what? They're dedicated as subscribers and likes. So what? If I haven't given them, that's what it's all about. Even what they think they have, it's going to be taken from them because they ain't got no business with it no way. That's what he said. See, this is what Sister Deborah been trying to tell y'all. Everybody want to make him the lie so they can live the lie. That's what everybody in this country act. They act like, hey, I'm going to live the lie. Hey, I'm going to play it for all it's worth. And that's what people are doing. They don't even know. Y'all got his T's crossed and his I's dotted already, knowing where you are eternal written. He already know. Exactly. You are exactly right. It is like unto the talent. He gave them one. The one he gave that one talent to, what did he do? He hid it. I knew you was coming, so I hid it, and he hid it. Go back and read what happened to him. He went to the uttermost darkness, the bottomless pit. See, you can't come to this earth thinking you're going to mimic and you're going to get away with it. No. He's still going to measure you to be where you're supposed to be because heaven got you wrote in and got you wrote out where you got eternal life, either in the lake of fire or either in the eternal kingdom. He already got you wrote out. All this playing down here and this clowning ain't going to get you nowhere. Nowhere. So if you look at that, I brought that onto here because I'm trying to get you all to see that a lot of things that people really are so assured that it's going to rumble their way, and it's no other way but their way, and it's got to be this way, this way, this way, and they're teaching all these people to live the lie, and y'all don't have no problem with it. He said it is finished. Let them live the lie. And this what he says right here. He says, but whosoever have not, what is it they have? What he didn't give them. Just because you're sitting under Sister Deborah and you want to make sure, you want to say you, so that's why I tell you, I know you by your spirit, your actions, and what you do. And this is a prime example. It's saying, whosoever have not, from him shall it be taken away, even that what he have. Meaning y'all don't care what you've been role playing that you got. He know what you have and what you have not, because he know what he gave you. And that's what all these platforms are for, is to deceive people and manipulate people to walk through the broad gate. And everybody saying, I want to go that way. You don't even have to say you want to go that way. Heavens already know your way. So he's sitting here dividing the disciples from those he's speaking the parables to the point in verse 11, he said, and he answered, he said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom. And when Sister Deborah's down here trying to disperse the mystery of the kingdom, people looking at her all like she cockeyed. You know why? Because your eyes are already cocked. It don't know which way it want to go. But it's what they do is they portray it on the outside. You see? And that's what's going to catch up with them on the inside. Because he already letting you know, even what you thought you had going to be taken away, because it's not what I gave you. See? And that's a sad thing to hear. But it makes a lot of sense in what I've been trying to say to you all. All this role playing and this clowning, it's easy. You can easily identify who you are. Let's go to Luke chapter 17. In the book of Luke chapter 17 and verse 12. In the book of Luke chapter 17, starting with verse 12, and it reads, and as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men. Now listen, look at this here. Look at this, y'all. Watch this here. 10 men that were, is that lepers, which stood far off. So is that, I think that's a disease. Okay. And they stood far off, and they lift up their voices and said, Yeshua, Master, have mercy on us. Just watch this. Verse 14. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priests. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. Verse 15. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified Yah. Verse 16. And fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. And he said, and he was a Samaritan. 10. Verse 17. And Yeshua answered, saying, Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? Verse 19. They are not found. They are not found that returned to give glory to Yah, save that this stranger. Only one turned to give glory and thanks to Yah. Verse 19. And he said unto him, Arise, go thy way. Now watch this here. Thy faith hath made thee whole. What is actually taking place with that? Anybody? What would you think that's actually taking place right there? When there were 10 men that was had the disease, leopards, they had 10. They lift up their voice and asked Yeshua to have mercy on them. And when he did, he told them to go show themselves to the priests. And it came to pass that only out of the 10 is only one individual that was a Samaritan turned back around to give Yah all glory, to glorify the Most High Yah for cleansing him and and from his illness. And Jesus said, wait a minute, it was 10. Why is it just you? 1 out of 10 that glorify the Most High Yah. If y'all keep on thinking that the way to Yah is the multitude, and we all gonna go in, we the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we all going over. No. This situation is an example for he that has an ear to hear and an eye to see. This example is a prime example that Yah is not looking for the multitude. I know it. Y'all think the multitude is all it and some. That's why this world uses the multitude in every negative, evil, and wicked. It's always the multitude coming together in it to do what is what? Unrighteous. To do what is what? Unjust. To do what is what? Evil and wicked. The multitude has always got a hand in it. Now, but with this situation, Yeshua was showing that there were 10 that was healed. Why did just 1? He didn't say why. He knew. Why was it just that 1? Did you all understand what happened? The 1 was made whole. That means spirit. And the others was just healed in the flesh. They were just cleansed. But the one that glorified the Most High Yah for the blessing of being healed, he received eternal life. He was made whole. And made whole means spirit from the inside out was he made whole. You see? Showing you the example, Yeshua said, where's the 10? Why is it only 1 that can glorify Yah? Because that's all Yah needed. He don't need all 10. Just that 1. And he was made whole. So the other ones, they were healed from their sickness. But eternal life, they didn't receive. Only that one. That's how Yah rumbles. And I try to tell people, he ain't running around here chasing behind Yah, trying to get you all to do right, to be right, to serve him, to magnify him. He know where he stand. Just because you don't know where you stand don't mean he don't know where he stand. He know where he stand. So I wanted to bring that one forth to show you how that one was made whole. That means not even his sickness gonna ever keep him from entering in. He's made whole. They were cleansed from their sickness, but they were not made whole. But look how 1 out of 10. Y'all, that's crazy. 1 out of 10. But that's how Yah rumbles. And nobody don't know him like that. Nobody seems to know the Most High like that, because we so busy trying to know him our way to where we don't know him for his way. Okay. Now this here, I want to show y'all something in 1 Peter chapter 3. In 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 20. I want y'all to see this here. In 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 20, it says, which sometimes were disobedient, when once the long suffering of Yah waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was preparing, wherein few, that is 8 spirits, were saved by water. Okay. Right here, if you look at this here, you'll see the word long suffering. Sister Deborah be trying to teach you all about words that is found under the wings of Yah, what he represent. And I explained to y'all, he is endurance. He has the spirit of endurance, and he is the spirit of long suffering. Now here you see in verse 20, it says, which sometimes were disobedient, when once the long suffering of Yah. See, a lot of people don't know Yah is long suffering. That's why grace and mercy was poured out, because he is long suffering. And then he speaks to you about enduring and long suffering, because he is long suffering. So that's why I have to long suffer. He is endurance. I have to endure and have the gift of endurance in me. You see, he long suffering. Now, how can a creator be long suffering? You see what I'm saying? No one would ever teach that. No one would ever preach that. That's why the requirement for those that belong to him to long suffer, because he is long suffering. You see, but most people would say, well, I'm long suffering and I endure. No, baby, we ain't talking about your flesh. We talking about just right here where you see, and Yah long suffered. He suffered long until Noah built that ark. Why? Because the sin was still at the level and worsened every day. But he long suffered through it, because he is long suffering. The Father is endurance. You see, a lot of us are far, far from anything and everything that is truth. And we just want to rest in the lie and call it a day. Okay. So I wanted to bring that up out of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 20, because I wanted to show you who owns long suffering, who owns endurance. So when you hear me talking about he give me the spirit of endurance and the spirit of long suffering, that's him. A lot of people want to say he's in them, but they don't know how or what does he consist of. They just want to say, they want to claim it and name it and just and leave it at that and just say, I say he is, and I guess he there. But then they don't have nothing to back it up nor land it down. Nothing coming out of them, nothing going in them. They just say it and just receive it. Look, what they call it, they was really calling it naming and claiming. That's it. That's all you have to have. Just name it and claim it, and it's yours. Sick mess. Okay. I'm going to show you something else that's really deep. Luke chapter 18 and verse 18. These are the verses that you'll never hear nobody go into and dissect the fact that, wait a minute, this here verse changes things. Okay. When I get into Luke chapter 18 and verse 18 and 19, it says, Luke chapter 18 and verse 18 and 19, a certain ruler asked him, saying, Good master, what shall I do to inherit the eternal life? What shall I do to inherit eternal life? Verse 19, Yeshua said unto him, Why callest thou me good? None is good save one. That is Yah. So if Yeshua is Yah, why is he correcting this ruler? Because the ruler was calling him good master. Yeshua checked him and said, wait a minute, ain't nobody good but the Father. You see? No one think to see the division right there, the separate. Yeshua did an excellent job adding himself as the Father and adding himself as not the Father. But when you look at the both of them, you'll see who he was and what was in him that caused him to say, we are one. You see? He knew who he was. He always gave the Father the glory, the honor, the praise. He always informed me, I can't say you, but me, that the Father was greater than he. He informed me that Yah's work was not his work, but the Father. The word was not his word, but the Father. All the miracles and signs is not of mine. They are my Father. Here's another example. When this certain ruler went to say to him, good master, and Yeshua said in verse 19, and said unto him, why callest thou me good? None is good, save one, that is the Father. You see? He always did it. Why didn't we dissect him doing that throughout what we say we study in the study guide? Why didn't we dissect? You know why? If the ball was dropped, it's dropped even to today. You see, it ain't never been picked up for people to get it right now. You see? So they still hooping and hollering. And I taught a message on Yeshua and the Father, Hamashiach, which is Jesus verse and Christ. And it wasn't nothing but 2 days to it. No, it was probably 3 days. If it was 3 days, I saw a group of people online teaching the opposite. And I said, somebody must have got a hold of them and said, when we took her verses and we measured it, but see, they fight up against, because they don't see it's two realms. Okay. You have the fleshly realm and you have the spiritual realm that's going to always until the world end up against each other. And the flesh been winning for so long, it ain't about to let the spiritual realm get victory. So it thinks. And that's why it continue to teach the people the lie. And then I wonder, because I've been wondering some things. Was it, or is it Yah who wants people to be exactly where he already assigned them? And I guess that's what you call very important, that people remain where he had already assigned them, because it wasn't to change at all, you know. And that's something right there, you know, because people are not going in no type of direction to no light, no spirit and truth, no way of Yah or nothing. They just going to and fro. and making their own religion and their own denomination and their own cult and their own organization. And they said, well, y'all just got to settle for what they willing to do. And that's not true, but y'all got two gates already set. He already know which way you're going to go. He has the two gates already prepared. You see? Now, I want to show you, the question was the days of Noah. The days of Noah. The days of Noah is something that were to prepare us for exactly what it said. It will be like the days of Noah. And then in Luke 17 and verse 28, verses 30 through 30, it says it will be like the days of Lot. When it said it's going to be like the days of Lot, why is it people don't grip that? That's another mystery. You know, the mystery we were talking about, that's another mystery right there. That's another mystery. Because no one looking today, let's just say today, no one is looking at the fact that what is he saying is going to be like the days of Noah, or it's going to be like the days of Lot. If we don't know what do he mean by that, then why? I guess that's probably why people is numb to what is plainly seen as far as the prophecies. Because when he says it's going to be like the days of Noah, what does he want us to get out of that? It's going to be like the days of Noah. It's going to be like the day of Lot. You know the main kick to it? Anybody? What is he saying? It's going to be like the days of Noah. It's going to be like the days of Lot. And when you go into these verses, it begin to tell you they're going to be marrying and giving in marriage, feasting and planting and building, all those things. All those things that it gives us. But guess what? When you go back into Genesis chapter 6, you don't see them doing all those things in which they have categorized in Matthew's chapter 24 and Luke chapter 7, speaking of the days of Noah and the days of Lot. So what was all of that throwing us off? Why was it throwing us off? Why did they tell us these are the things that they were doing? Because they're throwing you off, all the way off, big time. How are they throwing them off, Deborah? It's because they're not seeing why the Creator is saying that it's going to be like the days of Noah. He's not caught up in the actions of what they're going to be doing. And that's where we are. We're caught up in, or they're going to be selling and buying and marriage and giving in marriage. Because he already know they ain't going to change from that. They're going to be doing that. But what is he saying? He's saying something really powerful to us. And it's to those who has an ear to hear and has the eyes to see and are full of spirit and truth with the light. He's talking to his servants. Because when we look at Noah and we look at Lot, we're looking at him warning us in the New Testament about what is the days of something that's going to take place. It's going to be like this day. But what is he saying? No one knows. The people don't know. They don't know what he meaning. Why? Because they put all these other things up there to where you think, oh, they're going to be marrying and giving in marriage. They're going to be selling. They're going to be buying. They're going to be feasting. They're going to be planting. They're going to be doing all these in the days of Noah, like the days of Noah, and like unto the days of Lot. But what is it, Yah? Where is Yah warning to it all? Okay. Yep. That's happening today. But why? That's what I was explaining to you All of those things are still happening today, but you see ain't nobody moved back. They're not moved by it at all. No one's moved back. Even though he left word that, okay, there's going to be a time that's like the days of Noah. There's going to be a time that's like the days of Lot. And then they gave us all the things that they were doing. Do you think it was about what the people were doing? As if it's going to change the people that's doing it? No, they missed it. They missed the whole picture of what he's saying. They missed it. They're numb to it. The whole idea of talking to us about the days of Noah and the whole idea of talking to us about the days of Lot wasn't that we were going to change our ways, but that when Yeshua come, that's what it was all about. Yeshua, the Son of Man, when he come, the world going to be stuck in the ways of Noah, the ways of Lot. So that's it. That's a done deal. He said he's showing you the level of Noah, that the people in Lot, the days of Lot and the days of Noah, they're going to be just standing around doing everything they were doing then. They're going to be doing all that now. But guess what? This one here is during the time of the Son of Man come. This is what they're going to be doing. This is what they're going to be doing. So while we're looking at the idea that Israel, the tribes of Jacob is going to be out, but it's not, Jacob's not going to be out. Only the remnant is going to be out. And that's what people in full denial. And they can be, because he says they're going to be like the days of Noah, and they're going to be like the days of Lot. No one wants to grip. Well, wait a minute. It was feasting and planting and building. No. That's not the key, y'all. That's not the warning. That's not the trumpet. It's letting you know during that time that the Son of Man step on the scene. People are going to be doing the same thing they did during the time of Noah and the time of Lot. And what is the key? Nobody prepared. Nobody ready. No one is looking until the Son of Man come. And that's when it's too late. So when they teaching it, they should be emphasizing on the fact that the Son of Man is going to come. Like the flood came. Like the fire came with brimstones on Lot. They don't want to hear that. I don't care about the back in the days of Lot when it came from the heavens, the fire and the brimstones came and destroyed Lot. I don't care about the flood coming and destroying Lot. They don't care about that. So what do? They go running straight in and start getting, they're going to be building, they're going to be selling, they're going to be buying, they're going to be marrying, they're going to be giving in marriage. They're going to be just all kind of things. They uses all of that, but they use it for no reason. It does not prepare them for what is going to happen. You see, it's they ain't looking and they ain't preparing those that's in spirit and truth, those that holds the light. They are not preparing them for the main bang. Because in them, that's why the world is in the condition that it's in, because everybody is numb to anything else. They could care less about the Son of Man coming. They could care less. And that was the main thing. That was like the days of Noah, that matches the days of Lot, is the end. But nobody don't care about the end. When they want to teach it, they talk about what they're going to be doing, what they're going to be doing. Oh, baby, it's bigger than what they're going to be doing. It is the end. And where they be found doing what they doing, that's it for them. They're going to be on the goat's side. and have no idea. They have no idea because they're not. See, people want to talk, but they don't want to add the power. They don't want to add the Father and how he rumbled. They want to put him to the side, and they want to make it like into the flesh of a man. They want to make you accept spirit and truth and the word, which is spirit and truth, and the light. They want to put it under a category where it makes your flesh comfortable in saying, well, nah, that's okay. It's okay. It's just going to be, he just said that it's going to be like the days of Noah. Oh, he just said it's going to be like, he said he's doing more than just saying it. He's blowing the trumpet. And this is why people don't care where they at in their spiritual walk. We know where you at in your natural walk. You're not too far from the grave. How about that? How about that? So therefore, when we sit back and we don't want to teach, it's, you know what? Teach it in the way of righteous and let people be able to deal with that. But you got to be able, if you are the spiritual seed, you're born to walk in the spirit. If you are that spiritual seed, you need to be about what you need to be about. And don't be fine and don't get tied up with all these people who ain't about it, because that's what I feel is actually happening. Those that are spirit and truth, they are trying to figure out, well, why is it that I see things different than what they've been teaching up the multitude? Why is it I get this here and I understand like this here? Because the Ruach is in you and he's leading you and he's guiding you. Now you just got to go on to the gate. Forget everybody else's ways. Just go on to the gate. But while you going to the gate, stay in spirit and truth. Know that the Father is the Word. Ain't no book, no word. Okay? These are words. These are stories. This is a study guide. The one he told you rightly divide the word of truth, because that's what the Ruach comes to live in you, to divide anything that come up on truth. He divide that bad boy. He separated in you. He teaches you from the inside. He reveals things to you. He comforts you. He show you things to come. He does all that from the inside. So all this role playing on the outside is clowning. Get you some circus tickets, because that's what you're going to be in the rest of your living. Because this here country alone, you're going to be found right here, like the days of Noah and like the days of Lot. You're going to be found right here when the Son of Man comes. This is where you're going to be found. Because if you think you're going to be found at Mount Zion, no, only that remnant. Only that remnant. Everybody else, they're going to be living all kind of ways. And all this hard time, y'all don't see what is before you. You know why? Y'all done made him a lie just so you can live your life. And that's how they're teaching you all to live the lie, to cover up the truth. And y'all say, hey, Deborah, I ain't got no problem with that. I'm the beginning and the end. That's where they messed up from the floor. I am the beginning and the end. That means, don't you think I know from one end to the next all things? No, they don't think he do. They think they got the power in their understanding when they're precepting and lining and a little here and a little there. Baby, can't none of that override the Ruach that's in you. See, I'm going to show you, you know what? Let me tell y'all something. It has spoken to them over and over and over and told them, don't be worried about what to say. He said that so many times. Don't be worried about what to say, because there's greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. But what they did, they decided, hey, that we don't want him in us. We don't want what we cannot see. We want a man to teach us, to be our God, to lead us, to show us how to be a king, a leader, and a ruler. You can't be nothing on this earth but a fool. Because if he greater in you than he that's in the world, then what did that make him if you did all that? What does that say to him when you wants to be a ruler, a king, a leader, and you want to be all this? So what does that say to him that's supposed to be greater than anything on the outside? And you claiming all of that. You'll never turn yours in for him. Never will you. You ain't gonna turn in with these men are teaching you and drilling your head and deceiving you. You ain't gonna turn all that mess in for Yah. And he said, greater is he, the spirit of Yah in you, than he that's on the outside. Oh no, we want a God on the outside to teach us how we the king, we the ruler, and you ain't nothing. Ain't nothing on this earth that would make you want to be a king, a ruler, or a leader of nothing. Go back to Isaiah chapter 3 and let it tell you how. But see, you couldn't even get it then. Why? Because you still need the Ruach to teach you what it said. And this is why they lost with the cause and without. They don't know if they're going or they're coming. They just said, hey, I'm going to get there one way or another. I'm going to find it. You ain't going to find nothing because ain't nothing lost. But you, the Ruach, ain't never been lost. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you in the live. Hope you got something out of it today. And I will be back. I appreciate everyone in the live chat. And Sister Deborah says, I shall and I will be back. Shalom. Have a good evening. Shalom and shalom.